Hey guys, it's Azealia, aka Lil Zizzy, and today I'm going to be doing my first actual YouTube video. This is really exciting. I'm kind of nervous. Today my video is going to be on how I met Azealia Banks. Now I get asked this question a lot, and I don't really it's very hard to explain, kind of. It's like such a long story, so I just thought I'd make a video about it. I've been a fan of hers since like 2011, and like the day I heard 212 was like the best day of my life. I don't know what it was, but I just fell in love with that song. It was like love at first sight, and from then on I've been a fan. But my little journey started in March 2013, Future Music Slideshow. So this is how we kind of connected. I was just so excited seeing Azealia Banks live. It was the best thing ever. When I was at the back, I was like just talking to some cunts and stuff, and then I was like, hey, why don't I make a sign? I was like, that's kind of a good idea. So I got a piece of wood off the floor. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, I had a mark in my pocket, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna write some freaking crazy shit on this. I'm gonna write the craziest shit. I'm just gonna like write whatever pops into my head. So I was like sitting there, I was like thinking, and the first thing that popped into my head was cum on my face and shit in my mouth. That was just, I don't even know why. I'm just like, whatever, I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write on this piece of wood, cum on my face, shit in my mouth, with my Twitter name on the back, like follow me, like whatever. And I did it. I threw the sign on stage, and I also, she tweeted about like the Zoe store across the road, and I was like, hey, I have like friggin' $10. Let me go buy like some weave and chuck it up there too with my sign. I chucked it up on stage. It was like she picked it up, and I was like, oh my god, she's holding it in her hand. What do I do? And after the show, I like ran after her van. That's like the craziest shit I've ever done. Like she like drove off, and I was just running after the van. I was just like, I'm gonna run for my life. And then when they were at like a stop, like whatever you call it, when they were stopping, I was just like, this is my chance. So I ran up, I knocked on the window, and then she winded down the window, and she was like, hey, and I was like, oh my god, it's Azealia Banks. And then I was like, hey, and I'm like, follow me on Twitter. That was me with a sign. And then 2 days later, I tweeted her. She replied, and she said it's her like good luck charm now, the sign. And I was like, oh my god, is this really happening? And then she followed me, and I went spaz. I can't even explain. I was just going crazy. After that, like we just kept talking and like DMing and stuff, and yeah, I guess like that's how it all started. May, it was my birthday. 17th of May is my birthday, and Azealia gave me a shout out on Instagram holding the sign, cum on my face, shit in my mouth. I was like, I was in class that day. I went to school on my birthday. I was in class. I was in art class. I was late to school, and the second I walked into class, my phone vibrated in my pocket. I picked my phone up like out of my pocket, and I was like, what the hell? What's going on? Azealia Banks actually gave me a shout out on Instagram, like. And then I was like, I didn't have credit on my phone, so I asked one of my friends if I could go on their laptop, and they let me. And then ended up that she was actually holding the sign, and I was like, this is the best present anyone has like ever given me. I know it's just an Instagram post, but it means so much to me. It meant the world to me. Like, she also, like, a couple days later on my birthday, like, party type thingy, my friend made me a young Rapunzel cake, and it was the most delicious cake I've ever had. And she reposted that on Instagram too, and I was like, oh my god, I wish you could taste the cake. It was just amazing. Then a couple days weeks after that, it was her birthday, and I was like, I was at a athletics carnival at school, and I was with all my friends and stuff, and then I was like, I should do something special and like make a video, like a happy birthday video. I'll have the link down below of that video that I put up back in May last year. It was like the craziest video. I feel like I took like cake icing and licorice, and I was like combing my face, shit in my mouth, blah 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 at the end of the video. And I was like, oh my god, she like retweeted that, blah blah blah. And yeah, the part of my little story goes back to July. And in July, it was the announcement of the Listed Out Festival, and it was over 18s. There was no sideshows, and I was like, she's coming back to Australia, and I'm not gonna meet her. I'm not gonna be there to see her perform live again. And I wrote a status about this, and I was like so sad that it was over 18s, and I was only 14 at the time, and I really wanted to go. Like, after I posted this status, Javon, he, like, I think it was Twitter DM, like, DM'd me, and it was like, don't worry, you're coming. And I was like, what? I'm going? I'm going? I was like, what do you mean I'm going? I'm 14, how am I supposed to go? And they were like, don't worry, sort it out. And then after that, ends up that I've got like backstage tickets, and I was going crazy. I was like, oh my god, I'm actually going. And I asked if I could bring a friend, and I could bring a friend. Like, in August, I was getting ready, like, I was like so prepared. I was so hyped to meet Azealia Banks, like actually hang out with her after been talking for months. In September, that was like, I met her on the 28th, and yeah, so on that day, on the 28th, the day I met Azealia Banks, I woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I had a shower at like 6, and I was just sitting there. I was just like, oh, this is actually happening, and it's happening today. It's happening today. Oh my god, it's actually happening today. I was like, oh my gosh. I had my outfit prepared and everything, and then I get a call. I get a call from Javon. Oh my gosh. And then they wanted to talk to my dad, but he wasn't home. So I gave the phone to my sister, and she was like talking to them, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening. Like, I'm actually meeting Azealia Banks today. And yeah. After that, like, I was going to the place, to like the ground that they had listened out at 5:30, I think. Yeah, 5:30 it was, and it was a struggle. It was a struggle getting into the friggin' venue, because I walked up to the ticket booth, and I've been trying to call them, and they weren't answering the phone. I walked up to the ticket booth, and then I was just like, hey, I've got a ticket here, I think. And I gave them my ID, and then they just laughed at me. They're like, what the hell are you doing here? You're 14. Finally came, and we got it all sorted out, and I was in. And I was just sitting down with my friend. I was so excited that I was just like trying so hard to be calm. Like, whoa, I was just sitting there like, oh my gosh. Like, it was so unbelievable. I couldn't actually believe it was actually happening. I was actually there, and she was actually there, and I was just like, okay. So I stayed calm, and she walked past me and I was like, and then she like poked her tongue at me and I was just like, it was just like the best experience. It really was. It was the best experience. So then she performed, I was side stage, and after that we hung out for like an hour and a half, I think. That's my story, like meeting Azealia Banks. I know it kind of didn't seem that long, but it was like, it was a long process. I'm really like thankful, and we're pretty close now. Like, she's very nice. She's always there for me when I need her. Like, she's always there to talk, and she gives me so much advice. Like, sometimes I'm like, why are you telling me this? But then afterwards I realize she actually cares. And it's just really nice to have, like, to go through this whole experience. Like, my biggest dream came true. I really, 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 really thank Jovan and Azealia for making this happen. Without them, like, this wouldn't happen. And I'm really, like, happy I discovered her back in 2011. Like, it was all meant to be. This was all meant to happen. Never, ever, ever give up on your dreams, because the most unexpected things will happen, and always believe in yourself. Like, that's the biggest advice I could give to anyone that's trying to meet their favourite celebrity. Always believe in yourself. I believed in myself the whole entire time. I never gave up. Like, even back in like 2012 when I was like a little girl, I was 13, I was like, one day I'm going to meet Azealia Banks and nobody's stopping me. Like, I know I'm getting emotional now, but yeah, so like, whoever out there watching this and they're trying to meet their favourite celebrity, like, don't ever give up. It will happen one day eventually. And happy 1 year anniversary, me and Azealia, happy 1 year anniversary. If you're watching this, here's a big hug. Yeah, I love you heaps, and thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. I'll be posting more videos. I'll be posting heaps more videos. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, I hope you all have a nice day. And yeah, thank you.